I felt like, you know what, I had tried to follow my penis by reading the game, and then I tried to follow my parents by ignoring my penis. I don't like that juxtaposition at all. And so I stopped focusing on my little head, and I decided to turn to my big head. So I drove out to a town about an hour and a half northwest of Los Angeles called Ojai. Not to be confused with Ohio. We decided that didn't work. So I went out to Ojai, and desperate times called for desperate measures. I went completely off the grid. No TV, no phone, no internet, no intentional human interaction for a week. And this retreat at Ojai was a place where people could go to do yoga, to meditate, to cleanse, or to write about their dating lives and learn how to sit Indian style. So I had all these thoughts swirling around in my brain, and this was my big chance to sort them all out and clear my mind. All my life, I had defined manhood as getting girls because it was the one thing I couldn't do. I mean, think about in high school when I had those 4 levels of popularity, and the highest one was dating members of the opposite sex. I put it up there because it was something I wasn't doing. Debbie was always the omnipresent authority figure lurking in the dark, and she made me feel that showing affection was a crime way back in the day. But what really messed me up is that I drew the wrong conclusion about every girl in my life. I mean, with Jane, she established my standard of beauty as white. So I always thought that I couldn't get her because I wasn't right. It's because I wasn't white. I got this mixed up in high school with being unattractive. So by the time I got to college, my confidence was just completely shot. I know I had an idea how to deal with Shivani because she was Indian. I had no idea how to do that either. And she was the it girl as well. So these 2 girls were out of everybody's league. And I thought, oh, I can't get them because I'm unattractive. And so that's what I became in my own mind. I was the guy who couldn't close. And it wasn't that girls didn't see me that way. It's that I didn't see me that way. Now, there's this whole movement going on right now about how everybody should be in the moment all of the time, that we should all be in the moment. If you're not in the moment all the time, you suck, and we all need to be in the moment all of the time together. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't, okay? It's exhausting, and it's stupid, because not every moment is important, okay? It isn't. Some of them are dull, it's mundane, you're online at the DMV, and if you just focus on that moment and the numbers and the lines and the screen and the smell, and you're just like, no, this is awful, you're better off tuning out, getting on your phone, and just zoning out of the situation. So some moments don't count, but some moments in life are extremely important. And when you've been working on a girl for hours or days or weeks or a decade, that moment where you're supposed to actually lean in and do something is the moment that counts. You either just do it or you don't, and she kisses you or she doesn't, but you try it and you have your answer, and you might just save yourself $25,000. So really, there are 2 types of girls in this world. There are the girls I know, and there are the girls I don't know. Pretty standard, right? I mean, there's no Venn diagram overlap in those 2. But that's what it is. With the girls I know, it's too late. I've gone down the friendship path, the friend zone. They're grandfathered in or grandmothered in or whatever. Not going to happen. So girls I know, you guys are safe. Thanks, Samara. But you are married, so. So the girls I don't know yet, though, there's always a little bit of an opportunity in any heterosexual relationship. When a guy and a girl first meet, it's like Dumb and Dumber. You're telling me there's a chance, okay? There is always a little bit of a chance, but if you wait too long, that window closes, and then the ship has sailed. So that moment that loomed so large in my own mind was actually a red herring. I mean, that didn't matter. The ship had sailed. It was going to take a monumental sales job to make that happen. So it really was going to be that I had to just state my intentions up front. A little bit of honesty early in the game was going to show that I came through the right door, because later it was too late for it to happen. It's kind of like when you throw a dinner party and you serve red wine. And if you want to clean those glasses, it's very easy to rinse them out that night with just water. You just rinse them under the water. But if you wait till the next morning, there's like all that red crust is in there, so you have to use like Dawn detergent and clean it all out, and it takes you hours to do it. You're better off doing all of your work up top. That is the moment that counts. So from then on, whenever I met a girl, I would just state my intentions very, very clearly up front. Priya, you got it? So you're quiet on that one. Okay. That was very on brand for me. I was honest anyway. I was a comedian. It was very easy for me. I told you that's why I wrote the game, was personal branding. So I saw a moment and I started closing. That's exactly what I started to do. I got back from Ojai. I owned who I was. I shaved my head. Fellow shaved head. Love it. Very good. And my good friend Anim took me shopping. And we found clothes that actually fit me. So what? So what? Yeah, I had to start owning it, because so what if I had to buy extra small shirts or shop in the boys 8 to 20 section? Those dressing rooms are really awkward. It didn't matter. I had to own who I was, and so I stopped worrying about being abducted, and I started focusing on doing the abducting. That's not right at all. It's terrible. But that was the difference between men and guys. Men capitalize in the moment. Those who don't are destined to remain guys. So I went from a guy who couldn't close. I just really started closing. I'm not going to tell you what my number is, but suffice it to say that it's decent. It's good. That's what I did. I met a girl, and I made that moment my bitch. And I got out of the friend zone, and I never got friend zoned again. End of the show. Just kidding. Can't even close the show, this guy. If only epiphanies resulted in total transformation. One more tale.